New videos every day.
Hi, this is Dr. Vincent Bellonzi. Do you know the importance of exercise? You probably do. I mean, people have told you, right? Maybe you read it in a book. Maybe you know yourself how good you feel when you exercise. Exercise is huge in what it does. There are so many benefits. And that's what I want to talk about is how it benefits you. It's not just about going out there so you can be seen in the gym or out on the trail or whatever it is that you're going to do for physical activity. The problem is that if you're not physically active, then your body doesn't work. You can't just sit in the chair and expect to be healthy. And I'm not just talking about gaining weight. Of course that happens if you're not active. But if you're not physically exercising, if you're not stimulating your metabolic rate, if you're not stimulating your active metabolic tissue, your muscles, your bones, you've got things that are in your body that need to be used. And if you do use them, then your body produces things that create health. If you don't exercise, you won't even produce some of the levels of hormones and other things that you need. You won't produce some other chemicals. You won't even have them available because you haven't been active enough to stimulate their production. That's important. Now I've got a problem. Now I'm going to have dysfunction. Now I'm going to have disease just because I didn't exercise. You do know that in recent studies, a lot of the antidepressant medications were no better than placebo when they were put to the test. In fact, there are a number of studies that show exercise outperforms antidepressants. So if you're a bit depressed, the thing to do is to go out and exercise. Even though you don't feel like exercising, even though you know, in fact, let's not even call it exercise. You have to go out and be physically active. Okay? Get out and move. Do something. That's so much more effective than the best antidepressant out there. Sometimes depression is appropriate, but it's much better to let your body control things. It's much better to help your body bring things into line. It's much better to stimulate your body to do the things that it should be doing so that you don't need the drugs. So exercise will stimulate the active metabolism. It'll stimulate the production of things that your body needs to operate. It's a major way of getting rid of things that interfere with the body. When you exercise, you get rid of toxic substances. You sweat them out. You breathe them out. You activate the metabolism so there's better circulation. You're getting rid of all the stuff that's in your body that's slowing it down and causing a problem. If you're going to be healthy, you have to be active. Physical activity makes such a difference. You'll feel better. You'll look better. Your body will operate better because you got out and moved around. Think about it. If you just sit there in that chair and stew in those juices, if you don't get the circulation going, if you don't make the hormones, if you don't make the neurotransmitters, if you don't make the coenzymes, if you don't fire off your biochemistry and get it to work, you're not going to have energy. You're going to get sick more often. You're going to have some real problems. But with a small amount of physical activity, and I'm talking about every day, let's get away from this, oh, I work out once or twice a week. Maybe you don't work out even that. Maybe it's only once a month. You need daily activity. Your body every day needs a dose of movement. So do it. It'll pay off big time. Physical activity is so very important in getting the body to function correctly. You don't have energy? Guess what? It's because you're not active. If you're active, your body makes more energy. It's just the way it works. It's called adaptation. If you're active, you actually have more efficient mitochondria. Well, the mitochondria are the little energy factories where you produce the energy to make you feel like you can move around better. And if you exercise, you'll make more of those little energy factories. Mitochondrial density changes depending on your activity. You physically change when you're active as opposed to when you're not. So it's not just a matter of Should I exercise so I don't put on a few extra pounds? It's so much bigger than that. If you don't exercise, you lose mitochondria, your energy factories. If you don't exercise, you don't make all the biochemistry. If you don't exercise, your body accumulates stuff that interferes, gets in the way, and makes you really sick. If you don't exercise, you can't concentrate as well. If you don't exercise, you probably will be more depressed. You probably will have less ability to control emotions. If you don't exercise, you're in trouble. You can exercise your way out of problems, physical problems. I want your body to function well. I want you to be healthy, vital, happy. That comes from exercise. You change your moods, you change your health, you change your body. So don't just sit there in stasis, because that causes degeneration. Your body will fall apart if you don't let it adapt. And in a sense, you don't really let it adapt, you let it fall apart. You have to ask it to adapt. So get physical. It doesn't have to be hours and hours a day. In fact, I don't want you to overtrain. Get out there and do something consistently every day. Start with 5 and 10 minutes if you're not doing anything. But move up to 40 to 60 minute spurts of activity. It's worth doing. I know it seems like the first thing people discard, but there's so much benefit to it. You can probably solve most of your health problems if you just got active. So it's that important. Be well, be healthy. This is Dr. Vince Bellonzi. I enjoy talking to you.
Hoo, hoo, hoo.